Skip and Skip X and Bed X share clothes, a member of the ASUN's all-freshman team after last season due to her rebounding, defense and all-around hustle. FGCU's Tytionia Adderly has added a solid jumper. Video by Dana Caldwell / Naples Daily News by Dana Caldwell. After really working on her shot for the first time in her basketball life over the summer, FGCU sophomore forward Tytionia Adderly is the full package. Photo by Tessa Mortensen. Right parenthesis. Tytionia Adderly seemed to be everywhere as a freshman last season. A 5'10" blur of hustle and muscles. The Jupiter native was, by far, Florida Gulf Coast University's best rebounder, averaging 7.7 per game, which was third in the Atlantic Sun and ninth nationally among her classmates. Her 9.5 rebounds in conference play was an ASUN best, and she set FGCU's Division I record with 92 offensive boards. Defensively, Adderly was the Eagles' lockdown forward. Her excellent positioning and instincts shutting down high-scoring, suddenly exasperated foes. Her 43 steals, usually on area dominated by guards, were fourth best on the team. A starter for 24 games. Adderly did all of that in a slim average of 18.3 minutes. But Adderly, who averaged 13.9 points and 14.2 rebounds in her senior season at Cardinal Newman, didn't have it all. She developed into a nice transitional ball handler and became a very strong finisher, but she really couldn't shoot a lick. She made just 3 of 33-point attempts, shot a mere .411 from the field, and made only 53.3% of her free throws. She has been working on all of that, a lot, in fact, as he has done in the past with players like Haley Laughter, perhaps FGCU's best three-point shooter last season. Before departing to Dental School, Eagles program founding coach Carl Smesko assigned her to work almost exclusively on her jumpers this summer. And this is rare. Adderly was around all summer working at Banra Bread and on her game, giving her the full 8 summer weeks of at school training allotted by the NCAA. This is something I really needed to work on personally, and if I didn't work on it, I would just be the same player I was last year, Adderly said. Adderly had never fancied herself a scorer, much less a shooter. She had been proud to wear the tough girl, blue-collar label, and that had been plenty good enough. But Adderly went after her shooting work like a loose ball, and she's grown to love that aspect. It has been really nice, said a grinning Adderly after Tuesday's next to a last summer workout. It's obviously something I really have to work on. Last year I was not a three-point threat or a shooter threat at all. So this year being able to shoot and have my confidence and shoot in my form makes it so much better than last year. They want me to be a scorer more than just a defensive player and rebounder. A member of the ASUN's all-freshman team, FGCU's Tytionia Adderly was a fearless rebounder last season and already is one of the Eagles' all-time bests. Photo by Linwood Ferguson. Right parenthesis. As he did with Laughter, Smesko assigned former all-conference FGCU forward and current Eagles assistant Chelsea Lyles to do most of Adderly's shooting work. By NCAA rule, Lyles, who led FGCU with a 13-point average while making 34.6 of her 159 three-point tries as a senior, could work only 2 hours per week with Adderly. They got the most out of that. She came in focused, came in with the right mindset this summer, and she wanted to do it. Lyles said, one thing about T, she's so unselfish, but she knew her getting her shot down would help the rest of the team. She'll be guarded, so it will open up more opportunities for her teammates. She was really committed to it. Hustle never has been a problem with FGCU sophomore forward Tytionia Adderly, but shooting has. That's been corrected. Photo by Linwood Ferguson. Right parenthesis. On her own, Adderly spent hours upon hours shooting, often with the help of the high-tech FGCU machinery that keeps count of misses and makes arc, left or right problems, etc. She would text Lyles her results. There were 3 main issues. Adderly's follow-throughs went wildly to one side or the other. Her sight lines and body positioning weren't always straight, and she had to keep telling herself to jump on jumpers. Her finish was all over the place, Lyles said, so we worked on her getting a quicker finish and straight down every time. We had goals down every day of what she needed to do. It wasn't miss or make, it was goals for her finish. She would hit those goals or there would be penalties. She would say, Coach, if I don't get this, make me run. Smesko S 3-point heavy. The Eagles were third nationally with 338 makes last season. High motion offense has been at its most brutal when a really strong forward who can swish, trace or drive in a snap man's the top of the key. The Eagles believe Adderly can become one of those like 2-time ASUN Player of the Year Sarah Hansen, who dominated ASUN play from 2010 to 14 after entering Alico Arena without much of a shot. She was the last in a good string of those type of players. FGCU forward Tytionia Adderly was fine on point blankers last season but now has a strong jumper to go with that. Photo by Linwood Ferguson right parenthesis double quote she absolutely can do that. Smesco said, she's a good driver, and now that people will have to come out and guard her, she'll get around people, and I think it's going to open up a lot of scoring opportunities for her. Double quote this is something that could really put her in position to be one of the best players in the league. Double quote FGCU senior Rosemary Julian at 5'2", the tallest of Eagles, is the ASUN Newcomer of the Year and an all-conference first-teamer. She led the Eagles with an 11-point average last season as they won the ASUN tournament and played within 2 points at 4th seed Miami in a controversial NCAA first-round loss. She single quote has been salivating at Adderly's improvement, partly because that will open up so many things for her and her teammates. Double quote now defenders are really going to have to come out on her, Julian said. She can shoot it, is stroking it really good. I'm proud of her. She's come a long way from just being a post. Double quote she single quote as making good plays. She can see the floor very well. Like a point guard, she can drive. She rebounds amazing and now she can shoot the three. Double quote confidence is crucial to a shooter. Especially with sophomore forward Tytionia Adderly, far left, developing a solid jumper. FGCU will be huge favorites for yet more ASUN titles this upcoming season. Photo by Linwood Ferguson right parenthesis double quote she has to feel good about it. Lyle said, and I think the way you build that confidence is to know that you put the time in to be a great shooter. Double quote Smesco has not only noticed the improvement in Adderly's stroke and percentages, but also in how she feels about shooting. Double quote she sees how much better the shot is and she's feeling so much more confident with it. Smesco said, Coach Lyles does a great job of helping develop our shooters, especially the ones who have some things that need to be corrected. Double quote while the Eagles conducted their 30-minute NCAA allowed practices each week this summer, Adderly almost solely worked in obscurity with Lyles on a faraway basket until the last few workouts. Double quote then she jumped into shooting drills and she was really doing well. Lyles said, for me, it's just so good to see her competing with the shooting girls, and they are like, your shots looks great. Single quote there's single quote as still work to be done. For sure, shooting solo or in drills is one thing and doing so in high adrenaline games is quite another. So is suddenly adopting a scorer's mentality for the first time in your basketball life. Double quote now it's going to be changing her mindset where she's actually looking for those opportunities to attack more than she has in the past. Smesco said. But Adderly believes she's almost there. Double quote it's single quote as actually looking pretty good, said Adderly of her shot. I actually feel really confident. I feel like next year I can definitely just go out and shoot the three. Double quote I won't hesitate. I'll just do it.